on, Nissan Nation? From all things Nissan here in my studios to wherever you're watching us around the globe, this is your Nissan Nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd. So, you're probably going, why we got a 2015 Xterra? That's 5 years ago. This thing hasn't been around in 5 years. Yeah, you see them used everywhere, and it was a pretty popular vehicle for Nissan. But why are we not seeing this truck anymore? This truck-based SUV? And, I've documented this in our podcast many times, and I've talked about it over the years. This little part right here, this little hump, wouldn't pass crash testings anymore. And in a rollover, the federal government said, hey, it's just not safe enough anymore. So instead of Nissan spending millions and millions of dollars to make this thing kind of roadworthy and crashworthy, they moved on, and they canceled it, and they just kept the Frontier trugging for, 5 more extra years now. Jeez. Anyways, why are we talking about this thing? Because this thing right here, the Terra, that's right. It's not the X, it's just the Terra, like the neutered version, I guess you could say. They clipped the X off, but it doesn't matter. But this was the Gen 3 Xterra. This was it, guys. This is what you were going to get. And Nissan spent all this time and money, and they went to the Philippines and the Chinese market. And sadly, even Australia can't get this damn thing. And that's a head scratcher because it would be perfect down there. But this little thing actually sells pretty well in the Asian market. And Nissan's about to pull this little thing into a new market. Saudi Arabia, here in a few hours, you're about to see this thing kind of premiere as the maybe Xterra. And why would they call this thing the Xterra in a new form? Obviously, it'll have new headlights and everything. We'll get to that in just a second. But why would they call it the Xterra? Because Nissan sold the Xterra from like 2009 or so, I believe, all the way till 15. They exported this thing to the Middle East. That's right. I actually helped build some of this that went to the Middle East. Now, it was always weird because it never had the rack on it and some of the badging was different. But the Middle East needs an affordable, that's right, affordable midsize SUV. And Nissan doesn't have anything in their lineup until maybe they dump this little thing in there. And they're just waiting to, look at them, they're on the highway. They're just itching to get to the Middle East. But they don't know it as the Terra in the Middle East. They know what the Xterra is. And why would you invest all this money, years ago in building a brand called the Xterra for that part of the world, and then just call it a Terra? No. Nissan's got something up their playbook, and I think, I've talked about this before, Nissan does not actually own the name Xterra, all one word. But what they can do is go X-Terra. What everybody thinks this thing was labeled as, and it never was, Nissan's going to take your playbook, and I think they're going to the Middle East with it, and they're going to call it the Xterra. That's right, the Middle East is going to get something really, really cool, and not that I think they really want a rooftop tent in the Middle East, but still it's cool. I mean, anytime you see a rooftop tent on anything, it's cool. But this little sneaky picture, and today, or actually in about a couple hours, this will be the 25th over in Europe, and I think we're going to see this thing called the Xterra. Now, they've played with the X in their advertising of this thing, and I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, we've seen this in Nissan's teaser video they did back in, June, I believe now, where they're going to roll out in 18 months all these vehicles. They're rolling out a new Terra or Xterra to that market. Now, what will this thing get? It's probably going to get the same diesel and everything. There's no reason for Nissan, unless this was coming to the United States, there's no reason for Nissan to kind of want to update the motor in this thing. It'll probably get the same little turbo diesel that it gets over in the Asian markets. And why not? Diesel's plentiful in the Middle East, even though they do like their gasoline-powered vehicles. But this actually is exciting for us in the United States market. And it's because they like to slowly roll things out. And I've said for a long time, Nissan needs to bring this little thing, this little booger right here, back to the United States. And they can do it affordably. They like the kicks. Plucked it from another market and put it back in here into the United States. They can do the same thing with this. And I believe if they go bare bones with it, $30,000 to $35,000, somewhere in that price category, I think they would have a hit on their hands because people love Xterras. And now there's a generation who grew up with this as a kid loving the Xterras, and they want their own. And those people have some money right now. They got that little bit of cheddar in there, and they might want to spend it on this. So, let me know what you think. Is this going to be an Xterra in Saudi Arabia? And does that mean that it could head to the United States? And Lord knows Canton, Mississippi, the plant that builds these things right now, they have some room with the Titan not doing well and New Frontier coming up. They got room on their line they could build something like this. So, from all things Nissan here in my studios to wherever you are watching us around the globe, X baby, this is your Nissan Nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd. Peace.